Hello and welcome to Golden Droplets episode number 19. After a long PDAC, we will continue today with our mini-series of unusual exploration methods and techniques. And today I will be talking about the 3D strain and stress analysis. My dear friend, Dr. Vadim Galkine, is very busy at this moment working on a report, so I will try to do this on my own. So I used to explain the usefulness of the modeling as follows. With this type of study, we can tell you where in your license there may be a volume where the deposit is located. You may have the most beautiful geochemical anomaly, gold geochemical anomaly. It may be just a nugget of gold that happened to fall in your sample. Although I am a geochemist, I am the first to recognize that geochemical anomalies alone are not criteria for drilling. This method of determining the presence of space is the most efficient way of exploring a deposit. So it's like if you are in a kitchen, I will tell you where the big pots are. I still don't know if the pot has soup or water or whatever. That you will find out with, your chemical sampling, your physical studies, mapping, but at least you can concentrate your exploration budget right on the area of your license where there is more possibility for existing space. Okay, so let me show you. Here is an example of deformation, the stress analysis. For this, you make a model made of mud and sand, and you mark with scalpel or a ruler or something the main lineaments that you find in your area. And then you subject this model to several different types of deformation, for example, from top to bottom, from left to right, in this direction, in this direction. Every time you do a movement, some of these folds are going to open, some of these folds or lineaments are going to close. So after doing each deformation, you take a picture and then you put back the model again. As you can understand, because every time you do a deformation, you need to rebuild the model. This is a slow process. At the end, we put all the photographs one on top of the other, and there is always going to be areas where no matter from where the deformation came, they remain open. Those are the ones in red. And there will be lineaments that no matter from where the pressure or tension was applied, they continue to be closed, and those are the ones in blue. In green are in between. So of course, these are in red. These are the areas that are of more interest to us. Now, the strain analysis is not done with a clay. It's done with a jello. And the gelatin, we put a polarized paper on a lamp below it, and then we subject the model to the same series of deformation. When the lineaments, when the fracture, the lineaments get open, there will be a diffraction in color. And again, it will naturally will be red in the case of opening and blue in the case of closing. Every time we do a deformation, we take a picture. Of course, with gelatin is faster because once you release the pressure, it comes back to the original form. That is why it's called strain analysis. Also, it's good because we can eat the jello afterwards. To the right, you have an example of these results. In red are those lineaments that always remain open, no matter from where the distortion came. In blue, the ones that never open, and in green, the one that opens sometimes, other times not. Sometimes we do know from where the movement came because we have studied the geology. In that case, this process can be done more quickly. However, my good friends always insist in testing all the possibilities because it's better. We don't always know all these directions. Let me show you now a video of how these things work. So here you have my friend Vadim that has the model ready. And he's creating some deformation in the model. And as you can see immediately, there are some of this lineament that opens. There are others that remain closed. When he finishes this deformation, he will take a picture and redo the model. Then again, for another type of deformation, again, you can see these two lineaments opens, all these remain closed. Here is the strain analysis, which is done, as I said, with the gelatin. As soon as he starts applying the pressure, you can see the diffraction. And in red will be those lineaments that open better, and in blue, those that remain closed. And that is all. I hope that this short presentation explains you the method. I also hope that you understand the usefulness of determining from the start of your work where your license there may be a space where a deposit could be formed. I will put here some information also for people that would like to contact us to do this kind of studies in your license. As I mentioned in the previous Golden Droplet episode, we usually can reduce the area of your license minimum by 50%, sometimes to 75%. So you can concentrate your exploration dollars on the most prospective part of your license from the start. This is a very simple, direct geological method. I believe it will be very useful in all kinds of exploration. We have tested this method for oil and gas, for diamonds, for emeralds, for gold deposit, copper deposit, metal, non-metal, anything that is controlled by or produced by lineaments, we will be able to determine their location. Okay, with this episode, I think we will be finishing our mini series of the unusual sampling and exploration techniques. As I mentioned, we just came out from the PDAC. I hope it was a successful event for all of you that participate. I also wish that you can stay clear from the coronavirus and hope for better times. So again, thank you for your attention, and until Golden Droplets episode number 20. See you then.